Hello, my wonderful friends. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading for December the 4th through to the 10th. I needed to check that. Okay, I wanted to thank all of you for your wonderful comments, for subscribing and sharing my videos. It's just so wonderful to be able to connect with you this way. I also wanted to let you know that I have a special going on right now for private tarot readings, and the link is below in the description. So let's take a look and see what kind of energy there is coming into the week for us. And this is for all signs. So it's just sort of that general energy, things that we want to look at. Are there things that maybe will help us to really embrace this week and make the most of it? So let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay, we're starting off the week with the Muse of Swords. And that's an awesome card to begin the week with. Swords is about our thinking mind, and the Muse is about inspiration and new ideas and the opportunity to see through to solutions, see through to new ways of doing things. And it may require a bit of calm. You can see that she's sort of, resting by the water, and the sword is rising up. So in order to connect with that, if you're trying to do some problem solving, there's something that's been kind of affecting you and you're trying to find a way through it, the suggestion here is that you may need a little bit of quiet in order for those answers to come to you. But definitely opportunities this week for some new ways of looking at things. The Muse is always a wonderful and inspirational card to connect with. It helps you to stay connected to your own truth. The Muse helps you to sort of recognize what that is. So let's see what else we've got. We've got the Mentor of Swords, so another guide card. And the Mentor of Swords is, again, we're looking at, at swords, which is sort of our conversations, thinking. Swords are connected to the element of air, which means there's action and moving forward. And the mentor is someone that sort of is in a leadership role, and he's got his hand out and sort of saying stop. And so you may come up across a situation where someone's not really being that supportive. They're sort of saying, well, maybe this isn't a good time to do something, or maybe they're just not listening to what you have to say. And I think that that's why the Muse came up first, is because it's recognizing that you may need to approach this situation from a different aspect. So sometimes, depending on whether this is a personal situation or one in the workplace, sometimes you have to come at things from a different objective in order for people to really recognize where you're standing and what you're trying to share with them. So there's still the suggestion to definitely stay connected to your truth, but there may be a better way of approaching it. So head on might not be the best approach. Take some, step back from it and kind of look at it, connect with your Muse and see if there's maybe another way that you can go at this to kind of help sway the masses, so to speak. Just to overcome that small barrier that might be a bit difficult at the moment. See what else we've got. Okay, the Five of Swords. We're full of swords this week, so and the Five is definitely about conflict. Now you can see the swords are in the back, so definitely, certainly for some of you, there's a situation that's been this has actually been brewing for some time, and so it may be that there's something that's coming to a head. For others of you, there may be something that you're just sort of recognizing that this just isn't sitting well. The Five of Swords sometimes is when you're in a situation and you're working with people that don't have the same sort of beliefs as you do. They don't see things the same way, and so this week is going to be a good week for you to recognize that, and there's really a suggestion here not to engage. So don't get into big blown out arguments. You know, December can be a really tricky time of the year because there's family dramas, and there's, you know, work things, and it's the end of the year, and everyone is trying to get everything done before then. And so there can be, you know, some tension and things like that. And so this is really very much, you can see she's kind of resigned, but she's holding her own light. And so staying connected to your own truth and just not engaging. Okay, let some things go. Sometimes it's better to just let things go, and you can kind of agree to disagree, because it's going to make for a much more peaceful week for you if you do that. Okay, so don't get caught up in the conflicts, or you know, snotty remarks, any of those kinds of things that might be going on. Allow yourself just sort of some quiet downtime and recognize that it's important to stay connected to who you are and not get pulled into some of these other things that may be going on. Okay. The Mentor of Cups. Okay, so the Mentor of Cups is actually a part of yourself that is going to you're going to feel the you're going to feel that it's important to share your feelings. So this is moving away from this situation of conflict and just being connected to what's important to you. So, you know, the Muse of Swords, and the Mentor of Cups is really about staying connected to your heart and your mind, to your truth and what you believe is important. And I think that's really good advice. You know, when we look at situations where there's conflict and challenges, it's important to stay connected to who you are and what's important to you without it becoming a huge drama. And if you talk about things and you come from things from a perspective of compassion, if you come from a place of caring, it's going to be much easier than if you just engage from a place of anger or frustration. Okay, so recognize that, and I think really that's one of the keys to the Muse coming up, is kind of looking at a different approach to a challenge that might come up this week. Let's see what else we've got. Six of Swords. Okay, so your search to find the right way is going to be successful. Okay, so stay connected to that. Lots of thoughts, lots of ideas going on this week for you, and kind of this week is going to kind of open up some new ideas for you. That's another reason I think the Muse came up first, in terms of where you really want to head. And I think that's why this card's come up at you know, towards the end of the week, is that, you know, by the end of the week you're going to have some clear direction in where things are leading you. So it looks like it's going to be an interesting week, but really I think that you'll own this week. You'll be able to thrive in it if you stay connected to your own truth, if you come at things from a place of compassion and recognize that everyone's drama or their perspective does not necessarily have to be your truth. So always stay connected to your own heart, follow that, and it won't steer you wrong. Have a fabulous week, and I look forward to connecting with you again real soon. Bye-bye for now.